Hello, and welcome back to Let Supreme Ghost Thief 2. Are you guys ready for this? We are playing Trace the Courier. I mean, it's the best No, it's not. You know what? Let's just go ahead and watch the briefing.
Things are getting very complicated. Even with Chort dead, my problems are far from over, and whoever hired the sheriff to kill me is still out there. The key ring I found at Chort's house belongs to Lieutenant Mosley of the City Watch, but it turns out she has an alibi for the murder itself. Still, she's probably neck deep in this whole mess. I don't know what's going on, and I don't like that. So I started following Mosley. I knew sooner or later she'd have to tip her hand and contact her friends, and sure enough, she just left the local watch station well before schedule carrying a letter. This is my chance. If I can trail her without being spotted, I should be able to find out who's on the other end of this little conspiracy.
Okay, so here we are. Trace the Courier. We have to trace the message to its final destination without being caught by the courier. Somehow find out the contents of that message. Out on the street is a poor place to pick up funding for your next escapade, but you ought to at least give it a shot. Perhaps the passers-by will be helpful. Pick at least 6 pockets. It's hard to imagine why you would need to kill anybody on a job like this. Anyway, don't do it. Okay, so I will not make a segmented run for this mission. One reason is I don't want to have to play the mission twice, but another one is it's not needed. The main purpose of the segmented runs is to get a little bit of a faster run through the mission, and here we can't move faster than the couriers are moving anyway. So, and there are not that many difficult areas, hardly at all. There's a couple maybe, so there will be some reloading, but not much. So there won't be any need really. So I'm going to skip that for this mission. Now, the pockets here, we can make all be purses. I think there are 8 purses in total that we can pick. And there are a bunch of arrows as well from archers. So we will get those 6 and more just from purses. So there's no need to pick up anything that we don't need here because of that objective. So let's start. Now, this mission can be perfect Supreme Ghosted, and it's not even difficult to do. It is very, very easy. Too easy. And we shouldn't have any issues here at all. So we have 1900 from our last mission. And there's absolutely no need to buy anything, so don't even think about it. There's no tips or anything like that. Invisibility potions are there if you want to go that extreme. But even for Ghost, there shouldn't be any reason here to do anything. So let me save right away. And we obviously have Mosley here that we're following. And there is another guard too, but he doesn't follow her. He's just starting on the same route, basically, to begin with. So map. So we are obviously back in the city, in the same area that we were in Ambush. So it's a reuse of that map. And that is one thing that makes it tedious. Another thing is that following the couriers is not difficult at all. And there are maybe a couple of spots where you have to be a little bit careful. But you can trail pretty far behind both couriers. If you don't know the plot twist, there's going to be a exchange of that letter to a pagan, and the pagan walks faster. So that might be a little bit trickier. And then we're going to end in the graveyard here. There are a couple of pieces of loot that we have to go back to get after we've trailed, because we can't go around town taking those. But there's not a lot of loot in this mission at all. So that shouldn't be a problem either. So we start, we start right here. In an underpass right here. So Mosley starts walking towards the west. Now, depending on difficulty, the route that the courier will take and the pagan will take varies. It's always the same for the same difficulty. So for expert, we're going to end up all the way over here on Hill Street and then go back and end at the graveyard. But for normal and hard, those routes are different. They are more confined to the southeastern area. So they get less and less for each difficulty. Or, yeah, if you go down in difficulty, they are shorter. So just so you know that. I'll try to point out all the pickpockets for you guys. I think there are, is it 14? I believe so.
Lieutenant Mosley, out for a little stroll. Let's see where you take me.
Alright. This is actually Mosley's house, but it's locked now. So this guard here has a healing potion. That's the first pickpocket. So she makes sort of random pivots and checks. We have a couple of pieces of loot that we're gonna... Yeah, that guy has a piece of loot, and sometimes it depends on where he is in his patrol. He has arrows, but he has a purse, more importantly, that we want. See if I can get just the arrow. No, just the purse. There we go. Purse worth 100. So that, he has the second and the third pickpocket. And then there's a guard that comes here that has nothing, I think.
Now who's there?
It didn't look like he could see me. Now Mosley doesn't do or give proper first alerts. There's a woman that's going to come by here with another purse.
Why do we have to have all these codes for these? Why do we have to say code?
So that's 200.
Some guy punching some other guy.
That's the fourth pickpocket.
True, bites your head off. You say no one.
This door here is pickable, and that you can take the white key in there just like we could in ambush, and that can open the gates a little bit further north. See, I don't think she stops again here. Let me show you something. Up here are 2 moss arrows, just to point out the different pickable items. Or not pickable items, but obtainable items, weapons. Okay, there are 2 purses
About time we
that we can
those
take
filthy
from
taverns. Never one of them either buying or selling.
people in the
They
marketplace.
look at you. Find bars. That's the best thing for them.
One of them is coming by here. I don't think we get caught here. Okay, he is neutral, but he will obviously react if he catches us steal his purse. So then we were not safe there. Let me do that then. So his purse is worth 50. Let's read this. Black Rat, 3rd message this week. No answer again. Be you ignoring me, or be caught in your own trap? Drop a note for me, or I fly the city. For once the rat be trapped, his cousin be not far outside the cage. So I do think that there was a readable in... Was it blackmail? I think so. where Black Rat was mentioned. I don't think Waithran was mentioned, but at least Black Rat, where people were complaining on using rats or informants that were not trustworthy. So I think that is sort of indicating that Black Rat has been caught here, or thrown in jail or killed or something. I think and hope we should be good here. There's one water arrow in the canal right behind the fountain, and then there's one on the east side of the canal here as well. There's two in this area. That was worth 100, total 350. Yeah, she's right here. Occasionally we want to make sure that we don't save. Save without first checking the objective, because this might get cancelled if you're too far away from the courier, but then it'll take a few seconds before you actually end the mission. So if you save in those few seconds, you'll save, and then every single time you reload, you'll end up failing the mission. There's a bottle of wine over there, and there's also another water arrow in the canal. You can see it down there. There are 3 water arrows in that area. There's also a water arrow over there in the canal. And here is an archer with broadheads. Now I'm hoping we're not going to be too far away here. I just want to check the objective list before I save it. Let's give it a real save, actually. So that was the 7th pickpocket, because the 2 purses in the market was 5 and 6. Jump up here. So we have now moved, let's see, we have gone, Mosley went like this, through the marketplace, then over here, and we're now north on Helena Way, so we are in the little building between the 2 doors here. So there is a guard, yeah, with a purse that we want to take. This is one of the trickiest areas, because that guard comes back and heads north here. Okay, that's actually good that she stops there. Looks around. That's an area that I think she doesn't have to stop, but she does now.
Your job in private guard duty. Shows what I know. Sheriff's just as bad as those.
Another 100. We're gonna have to drop down here.
Back and take it easy. Short walk off the trail.
Now we're too close to her, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit. That wasn't too close. That was the 8th pickpocket. And there's another water arrow here. I think there's a total of 5 water arrows, and I've shown you all of them right now. Here's another guard that conveniently comes always when I come over here. You can use the fact that patrols shut off when you're too far away to your benefit if you know where the patrols are. So yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do this any faster in a segmented run that I'm doing right now. So Mosley is about to drop her letter soon now. And there's another guard up here that I don't want to get caught by. In the fixed missions, or the fixed versions from T-Fix, this guard up here and the other guard behind him used to go elsewhere and then have a conversation elsewhere that you usually missed. That is not happening anymore. That's been fixed now. So she drops the letter there.
Somehow I doubt she dropped her note by accident. I better see what it says.
Let's listen to their conversation first, because we have some time here. So we obviously don't have to follow Mosley anymore.
Ah, mud and blasting bother. What is it? New boots. It's gonna take me a week to break in the cursed things. And until then, I'll be walking like someone's grandmom.
Oh, wouldn't want to stub your little toesies.
Ah, tap off.
Okay. Let's pick this one up and read it. My co-conspirator. Our plan seems to have had no unfortunate consequences. You were concerned that some incriminating evidence was dropped by your assassin at the scene. If so, it was not found. Well, we found it. Still, it was foolish to place the key on a key ring with my emblem on it. I am a novice at such conspiracies, I confess, but no one has implicated me in the murder. With both Hagen and Truert out of the picture, you can expect little trouble from the City Watch from now on. However, we both know that there are far more sinister forces at work in the city. On that note, you mentioned once that you had one last place to retreat to, where the mechanists could never find you. If that is true, I urge you to go there now, since in light of recent events, they will waste no time or effort in trying to discover your current location. I hope this warning does not reach you too late. Steadfastly yours, Lieutenant M. or Mosley.
Let's see who comes to claim the note.
We're going to have to drop this back here, and then wait for somebody else to show up. And we're in the grocery store. While we wait, we can find 2 flares and an invisibility potion of all things. So I like to wait over here, close to the bank. Listen to the soothing water. So there's a guard coming. Oop. Where's the guard gonna go? I don't know if the guard goes down here or there. Well, you can't get anywhere down there, so he must go that way. Yeah. So he's not the one who's going to pick up the letter. But there is another person, a pagan, that's going to come from the same area. It might just take a little bit before he shows up. There he is. Oh yeah. I was going to real say, but I want to wait until he's done his check. Let's real save it there. Let's see, is it a little bit? It's a little bit dark. No, it should be good.
Lady of the Goons, keep us safe, grant us hope.
And then he does another check right here.
For always to live again.
Okay, and we can follow him. Whoa. Let's see, it can be a little bit difficult sometimes to get past this next section here. this next open area. It depends a little bit on the patrols. There we have Mosley, by the way. She's heading back home.
What was that?
Yeah. We might want to just drop into the water here. To be honest with you.
Sure, it's just...
Problem here is that the pagan is so fast.
Think it's safe? Hard to tell. Nowhere's really safe anymore. Don't think anyone's near.
Yeah, okay. I remember what I used to do here. This is the only area, I would say, that can be a little troublesome. Just because he... I couldn't tell. Come on, I'm trying to jump fast here.
Something there?
This is the best way to do it. Have to be a little bit careful here too, because we have to go in here. Yeah, so now we actually failed the objective there. We haven't failed it yet. That's good.
What was that?
This woman has a healing potion. Where the pagan goes down south here, and then he goes, I believe he goes around here. And when he is in this area, if we are all the way up by the manhole, that is too far. So that's why I waited a little bit, because if he goes around the corner, or no, if we are quick enough, then he is close enough to us when we get out of the manhole, and then if we head south, then we will be within distance when he rounds the corner. So he has to sort of come up here. He will appear in that area over there, I think. There he is. So I'm going to go up here and get a piece of loot. Stack of gold coins right there. We're still good here. We're within distance. So that stack of gold coins is a little bit difficult to find. That's worth 25, total 475. And that healing potion that she carried was worth was the 12th pickpocket. I'm gonna head in here and take a couple of items while he's coming by. Stack of copper coins. Gold goblet, worth 5 and 25, and there's a fire arrow in the fireplace as well. There's no... Oh yeah, that's the door. Total 505. By the way, the archer that was involved in the conversation, oops, that he probably saw. That was involved in the conversation right before we picked up the letter, he also has arrows. So that would be the... No, now we're up to 12 then. No, 11. No. Let me check. Yeah, that was the 11th pickpocket. So I've only shown you 11 pickpockets so far. Okay. Alright, up here. There's another archer with broadheads that you can grab from the ladder. Like that. The pagan now crossed the bridge and went on the east side of this building. And then up here, I headed on the west side, so we should follow him.
Lady of the Greens.
Yeah, he's right
keep
there.
Us safe, grant us home, takes us when lies down for always to live again.
There should be another archer. No, another guard with a purse here. That's 6 pickpockets that we took. That one was worth 50, so that's total 555. Okay, he's going to get ambushed now, the pagan. You maybe know about that. And we have to use that ambush to our advantage here. A little bit. So he is now heading up north, and then it's going to take an east direction to the graveyard. And he is going to get ambushed here. We want to make sure that we block the door that a few of the mechanists are going to have when they come out of here.
Won't catch me.
We darest not venture in there. Cemeteries are no place for the living to be treading about at night.
Perhaps we should return home and forge the backbone.
Why enter there? 'Tis the only exit, and thou didst hit him with thy bolts. If he dost not come out, then surely he hath bled unto death.
Very well. Quiet thy fearful heart, and we shall remain here.
So if you didn't catch that, the mechanists attacked the pagan. And they hit him. But he survived, and he started to bleed, and then escaped into the graveyard, and they're too scared to go in there. Okay, and here is a dead body that they probably killed maybe the cemetery caretaker since he has a shovel. Door out to the balcony. So those mechanists just start patrolling in the streets here. And there's one that is basically looking right into the entrance of the graveyard. So this is the best way for us to get in there, because we can get to a little closed off section of the graveyard in this area.
A cemetery. That's original.
So in here, there's a zombie. But more importantly for us, there are 2 gold goblets worth 50, 605. Now, in the original release, there used to be a key in here, I think. Is that still here? There used to be a gray key in the original release that didn't have any function. There it is. This one. Oh, shouldn't have taken it, but drop it back. That key has no function, at least not to my knowledge. It doesn't unlock any doors or anything like that. But if you know that it does, then please let me know. But to me, on my knowledge, it has no function. Okay. Something I also want to share with you guys today is that there is a conversation actually between guards that only occur on the hard difficulty. Not on normal, not on expert, but it's only on hard difficulty. So it's very rare for people obviously that only play expert or that play not the medium setting to hear it. So I want to play that for you guys today so that we can listen to all the different conversations that exist in the universe. So I will go ahead and play that at this time.
You know, I've been wondering.
What?
What's the big deal with having to wear fancy uniforms? You'd think you don't want any of the thieves knowing which one's the Sarge. Or even that you're a swordbinder set to watch for them.
It's for the bosses, you clodhead. Otherwise they'll never remember which of us is the guards and which is the servants. You can't expect them to remember names and faces.
Okay, there we have that. So I thought that was an interesting one. Just a little chatter between the guards, but it's nice to hear. So we will continue from that. The script is completely empty. And this takes you out to the... Oh! Let's go ahead and check. Maybe that key is unlocking these doors. It does! I didn't know that. Okay. I'm not sure if that has been fixed or if that was always... It was always like that? That makes sense. Okay. That is very interesting indeed. I did not know that. But now I know. So this is the best way to get out of here.
I am diligent. 'Twas the builder that made me so. I am tired. 'Twas the builder that made me so.
And all the followers of Curse.
Oh.
What's that?
Yeah, a little bit too early there. So we will head up this way, I think. We will approach the drunk guard from the back. As such, and take his wine bottle, and that's worth 50. And we are basically only needing to go to the area around the pub now. There's a couple of things there for us to do. So we will not go by way of the marketplace for that.
Don't like seeing that.
Oh, he saw me, man. Now we're basically back where we started. So we have now completed the objective of getting pockets and knowing the contents. We have to follow the pagan all the way into the graveyard to get this one checked off. But we will...
Hello?
Oh. Gotta head past this guy again. She's neutral, so she doesn't react to us. But that guy does. Have to wait him out. Okay. So here we want to head around this way. There's a guard down there, as you saw. There's nobody else around the pub. Now, in the pub, the only thing of interest is a noisemaker arrow underneath the table here. We'll take his purse. That is the 13th pickpocket, I think. Yeah, the 12th one was the guard up by the graveyard. And there's one more purse. We've taken 7 out of 8 purses now. Let's see, can we go through the sewers? Just to have done that, sort of. Because there's one more guard with a purse on Shalebridge, or close to Shalebridge Road. That's him, okay. I'm not sure where he goes, if he goes down south or if he goes east. There we go. That's 100. It's the 14th pickpocket, but it's our... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey!
Didn't know that. I have to slip out behind him then. This door is pickable, but there's nothing in the building. Now we're back to Mosley's door. And she is now in there. She's right here. She's unlocked the door. She left it open. And in her house, all that we can find are 3 apples, 2 cucumbers, 2 cheeses, and 3 loaves of bread. Oh, okay. Let's see, we can't go up there. We have to go south, don't we? Yeah, we do. But we want to now approach the graveyard from the east side, from over here. Yeah, they didn't see me there. Okay. Now, I'm also going to play an unused conversation. One that isn't found on any difficulty. It's just not used, but it's definitely for this mission. So that I will play at this point. So listen up for that.
Well, well, if it ain't Officer Coranth walking his rounds.
Ah, Rosie. How's my favorite trollop this evening?
I'm out here, ain't I? I'm tired, hungry, and my purse is empty.
Well, let me be of service then. I'm taking you to Shoalsgate, where you can get a nice long rest and a good meal.
What? Come on, Coranth. You never took me in before. Can't you just let me walk away like I was never here?
Sorry, Rosie, but I've got my orders. We're to round up all street people. No exceptions. Come on, let's go.
You're all heart, Bulldog.
There we go. Interesting. Just more insight into the workings of the City Watch and their interaction with the people. So we can find the only secret in this mission by flipping this torch, and then we can access the graveyard from the east side. Let's make a real save. Check a few things. So we don't have anything but the loot. 780, there's one more piece of loot. Yep. We have to sort of...
Hello?
So we want to make sure that we don't get any alerts there. Oops.
Good cog, is that?
Yeah, we can't have that. We need to make sure that we avoid that alert, because we are about to perfect Supreme Ghost the mission.
Good cog, is that you?
Like that. So we can see the blood trail has taken the pagan into the northeastern area. I think if we head down here, we should find the last piece of loot. No, this is an empty one with just a sleeping zombie. This is the one, yeah. Here's a zombie and there is a green vase right there. Worth 50 total, 830. That's all the loot. Okay.
Where did he go?
Oh, and that's
Guess there
the...
must be another way out of here after all.
That's the gate that we could have unlocked with the key then. Interesting.
Wasn't expecting that.
So we should be able to finish the mission by just walking in here.
Time to go.
So there we go. That's a successful Perfect Supreme Ghost of Trace the Courier. In 29 minutes 30 seconds, we took 830 out of 830. We took 8 pockets out of 14. Those were all purses. No backstabs, no knockouts, no damage dealt taken or healing taken, nothing and nobody killed, no Iron Beast destroyed or disabled. We found 1 out of 1 secret. Campaign totals time so far 7 hours, 8 minutes 39 seconds. Loot so far 12,946 and 8 damage dealt from the 8 knockouts in running interference. Yeah, so not much to say about this mission. I think it is a very, very poor mission. The main reason is they reused a map that already was not very good, or Ambush wasn't a good mission, and this is even worse. It's made tedious by the fact that you have to follow the Courier, which is a very slow and drawn out process. Not good for replayability at all. It is very easy, no challenge whatsoever. I thought that the streets were empty in Ambush. It's even emptier now. There's absolutely nothing going on besides guards that sort of can interact with you a couple of times. They haven't expanded on the opportunities that the city provides at all, I think. And there are outright mistakes that have been fixed with T-Fix, but that were just silly. It didn't look like it was a complete mission at all. So, I don't know. I'm going to give this a 40%. 4 out of 10 feels even generous to me. I'll give it a 40% to be a little bit nice. So, let me know what you think. It might have some redeemable qualities that I don't see. So, hopefully you enjoyed the playthrough still. And Trail of Blood, the next one, is better. It's not great, but it's better. It's a better mission. Though it does provide us with a very linear mission. We're going to head back to T2X, though. The Art of Deception is next. And that's a pretty good mission. So I hope to see you back there. So in the meantime, stay safe and have a good evening. Bye-bye.